Uncle, I caught my wife pants down with another man. After having an argument, she later confessed that our firstborn was not mine. I was yet, took the car, sped off in a movie style and hit a pedestrian who was walking by the roadside. The ghost of the man I hit is all of yours. Welcome once again to another episode of African Confessions HD, right here on Extraordinary Africa. If you're still new, in this show we publish lifetime stories from different people. Usually we publish anonymously for their own safety reasons. And today, in today's video, we have 3 confessions. So stay tuned as we'll be taking you through the stories. Our first confession is from a man from Polokwane. He is saying, "Hello, Extraordinary Africa. Can you please publish anonymous? I am a man from Polokwane. My story is as following. I was married to this woman I can't mention. I love but don't think if she ever loved me. I think for you to understand better, I should give a brief of our past. Back in 2002, the girl was from a poor family as compared to us. She used to come to our house to do part-time jobs, always did it well, and my mom invited her regularly. As a person we have been with most of our time, we became to know her much better. In the end, we noticed that she was trying to raise money to take her mother for treatment. The mother was battling cancer. Also, she wanted to find money for school fees. After knowing her situation, my parents offered her a full-time job. Unfortunately, her mom died within few months after she became a full-time employee. My parents paid her school fees till she finished. In appearance, she was so cute. Her character, so quiet and respectful. I was 38 by then. My relatives liked her and suggested that I should marry her. It took some time without her accepting the proposal. She kept on saying she was in love with someone. I kept convincing her. She accepted when she knew my relatives were aware of the proposal. My aunties organized and funded our wedding. To my surprise, on the wedding day, she was like someone stressed, trying by all means to hide. One of my aunties gave us a new house as a wedding present. The other one gave us a car. My father gave us a new car. The house was filled with presents from my relatives. No one of her relatives attended the wedding. She only knew her late mother since she was born. Her mother never introduced her to any relative. I thought maybe that's what was stressing her. At the end of the day, the wedding was over. We went to a hotel for honeymoon. Later, we moved to our newly bought house. As a person we have passed at school, she applied for a job and got employed. She became the breadwinner, but that's not what led me to give this confession, no. During her days at work, after 2 years doing good, she started to come back home so late, always again and again. I tried to remain quiet as she was the breadwinner, but because of jealous I acted. It was getting worse, so this other day I went to a workplace. I parked my car at a distance. At around 4 p.m., their closing time, I saw a BMW parking near their gate. She came out and entered into the car. It started moving. I followed the car till they parked in a bush nearby. Went closer and discovered my wife was having sexual intercourse with the driver. I was yet, but I didn't bother to ask or do anything. I was afraid to kiss someone. The anger was too much. I went back home and drank beer extremely. In 2 hours' time, she came home. I then asked her about the incident. She started crying and pleading guilt. She told me she was already pregnant by the time I approached her for love, but she was afraid to tell anyone. She was also afraid that if my parents knew, they were going to stop paying her tertiary fees. There was going to be no one willing to pay the fees as the baby dad was rejecting the pregnant by then. I was yet more to know that our firstborn was not my child. After hearing such, I drove out of the Jurao. This when I hit a pedestrian who was walking by the roadside. What's shocking even today, I did not even feel I hit something, only to see police cars all around my car. I was arrested and caged for 4 years. Now I'm back, but everything is not going well. When I'm driving, I see the man I hit on the view mirror. Sometimes you could be at the back seat. When walking, I see him lying and bleeding in front of me. Sometimes he comes to my dreams crying. I have tried so many sangomas, thinking maybe they can fix my problem, but they are failing. Guys, can you please assist me? I am looking for someone good at it. I will pay and return. That's my story, Uncle. I'll be glad if you publish it. Yellow Extraordinary Africa. I am a 16-year-old girl. My mom and dad broke up 7 years ago, and I last saw my dad when I was 3 to 4 years old. My dad started texting me last year. Then we started talking on social media, but never met in person. Every time when we plan to meet, something just comes up. My dad asked me for my account number so that he can send me money. I told my mom, but she refused and told me to cut ties with my dad, but I couldn't because he is my dad and I have a strong bond with him. So we continued talking on the phone, but never met until last month. I brought a new phone and lost his contracts. I never spoke to him due to losing his contact. Last night, I dreamt of him sitting next to a bunch of people, and it seems like there was a funeral. He called me, but I just passed. Then I woke up. Anyone to help interpret this dream? I'm so stressed. Yellow, please advise. Uncle, Extraordinary Africa fans, can you please help me? I have tried so many platforms, but it wasn't working. He has married me based on our customs and traditions. The white wedding will happen next year, but maybe I'm having doubts because of how he is. He is a friend to my daddy's family and was always calling me his wife when he came to our house. He has a PhD and I am an SHS liver. He is also 15 years older than me, but it's not because of age. He has this way of always looking down on me. He always reminds me that he is my leader and I should submit to him. When he met me, I was a catering apprentice and I wanted to learn and become a caterer with my madam, but he convinced my daddy he would take care of me and I should stop it. So my dad made me stop. Now I stay with him and I feel more like a maid to him than a wife. Anytime I say my thoughts on something, he asks me what to do. I know and tells me to be quiet always. He did it in front of his friends and I went to the room and cried. We don't chat as friends. He insults me at all time, and if I delay in cooking, he tells me I don't respect him. As for sex, I never enjoyed it. He doesn't ask me anything, just makes me remove my dress anytime he wants and does it till he is done and just leaves me. Please, I have complained to my parents, but they won't listen. I'm 23. Yes, please, I want advice. I don't want to die in this marriage. Yes, viewers, thank you so much for always supporting us. That was the stories for today. Also, to the people who have confessed, I'd like to thank you so much. We have learned from your stories. We always learn from other people's mistakes. And our daily prayer, our today's prayer, Jesus, I am grateful I can rely on your truth each day because your word is never changing. As I continue to study your word, help me to practice what I learn from you Help me to think like you, serve like you, give like you, and love like you more and more each and every day. To the first confession, my brother, I'm very sorry for what is happening to you. I'm very sorry for what happened. I think you need to find the relatives of the person you hit, of the pedestrian you hit with your car. Then you need to negotiate on how to move forward. Life moves forward. If you are failing to come to an agreement with the relatives directly, I think you should try indirect talks. Your relatives and their relatives, maybe everything will be okay. We are Africans. If you kill someone, you need to pay back to the family you offended. I will give it to comment section. Maybe there can be someone with other advices for you. I wish you the best, my brother. It happens in life. I'm very sorry for what happened. Yes. To the second and the third confession, also I'll leave deep down there. Viewers, don't forget to leave a comment. Let us help our family and friends who are in these dark times. God will reward us in return. Maybe there can be someone who was just listening but facing the same challenge. Just to hope everything will be okay. Let's remain faithful to God. That was Solution Angle for you, and that was the stories for today. Thank you so much for always supporting Extraordinary Africa. Extraordinary Africa is growing. Don't forget, on Thursday, we will be publishing the story of a man who was married to a mermaid. Don't forget that. Don't forget that story. That one is crazy. That one is unbelievable. Okay, guys, thank you. Have a good day. Bye for now.